Hello everybody, welcome back to Paradise Island. For some fucking reason, I've turned the master volume all the way down to 50%, but the fucking ambience volume is still ridiculous somehow. And I'm worried. I don't think it works. It's still so loud. What if I just down to 2, let's see. What even is that sound supposed to be besides incredibly annoying? Oh, is it these vents? Alright, anyways. I can still hear everything really loudly, so I don't know what's up with those audio controls. I really hate when you can't get the mix right on those things. Even, like, this is even beside the point of the fact that I'm recording and you have to be able to hear me, or it's kind of a weird and frustrating thing anyways. Yeah, so this is the first time I played this game twice in a row, 2 days in a row in some time. It's hard to play it twice in a row the same day, just because. Doing some parkour here, having a good time. We were looking for the comms tower, weren't we? God, all the sound in here just has it always been like this? I just haven't noticed. Am I just like especially annoyed by these things today? Like, I know that means that there's a blood crystal nearby, but I don't remember it being that obnoxious to the extent that I had to turn things down. I hear you, motherfucker. Where you at? Are you up here? I don't want to just do all this fucking parkour just for blood crystals. I'm trying to do a fucking job here, okay? I'm starting to get annoyed with it. Am I in a bad mood? I thought it's actually been a good day. I don't know what my problem. Oh no, it hasn't been a good day. Okay, I'm gonna pause real quick. Man, that was weird. So I am actually in a bad mood, and it has been a shitty day. And I'll tell you why in a sec. But the funny thing is, up until just starting this recording, it had actually been a really good day. I mean, it's Monday and I had to work and all that stuff, but it had been a good work day, and I got a lot of stuff accomplished, and outside of work and inside of work. But it has actually been this is like the eve where the new Supreme Court justice has been confirmed, despite it shouldn't have happening. I'll go into it. I don't want to rant, but the funny thing about that is, I started this recording thinking I'm in a good mood and feeling like I'm in a good mood, but subconsciously I'm easily getting irritated by stuff and sort of already ranting about this game that I actually really enjoy. It's just like I had to pause for a second. It's like, wait, what the fuck? I'm in a good mood. Oh wait, no, I'm not in a good mood. And so that's like, I don't know, that's just really an interesting subconscious thing going on in my brain, where you can be in a bad mood, not even know it. I've never like been aware of that happening like that before. So the end of the story is I had to just go take a shot to calm down a little bit. Oh man.
Relic obtained.
The syndicate monitor all phone calls so citizens record messages for each other on cassette tapes. So we're about to go into the underground, right? And of course the underground is going to be the rebellion. Where's this motherfucker at? I hear you laughing a little bit. Oh, here you are. You know what I like? Long walks on the beach. Something on the beach, if you know what I'm saying. I was going to say knives. I like knives. I like knife crime, a good stab, an excellent slash. You put a knife in the right hand and you can change the world. That was the game saying it, but there's so many things that look like they could be a con, but maybe you're supposed to go to all of them to like triangulate the something. Okay, supposed to go underground and talk to my good friend, and we're in need of a good friend, right? This. But I want to know what that is. Where's the over there? You know what? no, we should go talk to our friend because they're gonna help us get into places. We don't want to explore too much before we get that capability. Tour maintenance access. Why is that an option to click on when obviously I can bypass it? Is there a ladder down there? Am I supposed to go up? I say no to this. It would be cool if that was an actual message, but there's not enough variety in there to be an actual message. I'm not sure if the comment I made on an earlier recording actually made it to a video. It might. Oh, have I been fading out this entire time? I just realized that it wasn't picking up on my voice all the way. Let me just adjust that real quick. Okay, I need to keep your eye on that. New setups, and my mic is kind of in a weird position. It's kind of nice because it's kind of out of the way, but also it makes it harder to get it close to my mouth. And I've adjusted it to the point where I think it's fine. But I just saw that it lost something right there that I probably muttered, so it's probably fine that it lost it, but you know, until I watched these back, which I did kind of skim through the last one, I don't find out that stuff's happening. So I made a comment on another one that the men are all just like fucking, they're ripped and they're all like doing sexual poses and stuff. I didn't notice that happening in the females until just now, but maybe it had been. And she's obviously not in a sexual pose, but you know, she's the female version of ripped. Good to see you again, lady. It's been too long. Born in the hospital of Our Martyred Goat, England, in AD 1002, under the sign of Endless Moon. As a teenager, Crimson left home to fight for Endless Moon in France. This would actually make a good like TV series, I feel like. Not the Paradise Island, well maybe the Paradise Island stuff, but I mean like the events that occurred on the actual world. It's actually really interesting to think about all these old gods. Basically, did they like crash land on our planet or something? There's like something about aliens crash landing and demons and old gods and the world obviously reacting to that. And I know there's been some like anime on that subject. Has there been any American TV? I mean, you've got obviously, what is that? American Gods. And then you got Supernatural that kind of deals with that stuff a little bit, but in the supernatural way where it's just totally unrealistic. And Supernatural is enjoyable in its own way, but not for its immersion. Am I right? But yeah, so I really have always enjoyed those types of stories. And then obviously you've got Lovecraft, but that's a little different. That has a bit of more of a horror element, obviously, to it. Whereas this, I mean, this has some horror elements, but it's more like, I guess, closer to supernatural and sort of the horror, where it's like, yeah, it's there, obviously, but maybe not like the main. I wouldn't really call Supernatural a horror show, right? I'm talking about Supernatural too much. I don't even like it that much.
Thank you.
Anyways, hello, Starlight. We're in a dark time. Someone has played a hell of a hand against the Syndicate. It is bad enough to bring the exile back.
Sorry.
I haven't decided on a voice for her, obviously. Also, that shot's just like slowly taking effect throughout these last 5 minutes. I could just feel it. Ooh. Forgive me for being blunt, Crimson, but the head, things change. Oh, I thought it was a mask. I didn't realize it was a whole head of hers, and apparently it's new. And okay, interesting. While you were gone, I got blessed by the gods. The new look suits you. It adds a certain I know how to say this. Je ne sais quoi. Fuck. Je ne sais quoi. Je ne sais quoi. Je ne sais quoi. There we go. To the ensemble. Had to dig deep for that one. Even though that's like a common phrase and you see around. It's just been a while, I guess, since it's popped up in my experience. I guess it usually pops up in TV series. I just haven't been watching those types that would say that now. What's the A to B to C with the sewer pad? Quiet place to get away from everyone. After I became blessed, Montserrat convinced me to be the syndicate's idol.
Breed mysteries.
Someone for the citizens to look up to. If you pray hard enough and serve the gods as best as you can, yada yada, that kind of thing. It's good to have a place to hide away and run my sideline. Everyone needs their own space. I like you, Crimson Acid. How's the market in Secrets?
Nice doing business with you.
And her like a nice British voice. On an island full of snakes where everyone's got something to lose. Oh yeah, she's from England, isn't she? Isn't that what it said? And something to gain. I can't reliably do really any accent. The most I do is sometimes I give characters lists for some reason. So for some reason that's easy for me to maintain. Which I guess, I mean, they're not real lists, obviously. They're just my version of what it sounds like. I don't think I've ever known someone with a really, I mean, people lisp a little bit just in general, like, right? That's just a common thing. And so, like, I don't know. It's just easy for me to do. It's not that I find it particularly interesting, more so than other accents. It's just like, I don't know. It's weird when you do voices. And I'm not really even doing voices, obviously. I'm not putting any real effort into it or sustaining them or anything like that. So I wouldn't even call what I'm doing do voices, but like, this is the mood I'm in tonight. I apologize. And we're just going to talk about random stupid things and make no progress in the game. We're 12 minutes in and we've had like this conversation so far. Look, before we get into the secrets I can sell you, we need to talk about your investigation. I can also do a southern woman voice. Sometimes it's kind of weird. Like I feel like I'm really good at it, but you have to like, you can, and it's the same thing with any voice, and it's why I don't typically do accents, is because like you can do it really well 90% of the time. The other 10% is just like a complete fucking mess, and then you get off and then you stay off because like it's hard to get. And that, you know what I need is I need to have just like audio files of different voices, and I can play that voice right before talking, because I'm a good mimic. I can mimic stuff, but if you don't hear the voice for a while, and especially if it's your own, it's kind of like language in general, where they're like, it'll become a derivative of itself, where you'll like abbreviate certain words, and then it becomes its own dialect. The same thing can happen when you do your own accent and don't hear the real one for some time. It just slowly devolves into something that's easier to do and say. So that's an interesting thing. If I ever get serious about actually doing that, which I mean, actually the original reason for me to start recording was to start more, to get into more of voice acting, because I wanted to record audiobooks, particularly mine, but also others, to make, you know, extra money would be nice. And besides, you know, and then as part of that, I realized that talking during single player games is the only real way I can enjoy them these days. Easily with them and frustrated. But if you can rant about your frustrations, it makes it more enjoyable than just sitting here and being like, I'm bored, I'm not really enjoying this. Yeah. Judge brought you back from exile. You have their authority. You can find any truth. Lady, you're in deep trouble. Not everyone wants you to punish the guilty. They're going to want you to remove certain players and redefine the shape of the syndicate for their own ends. Tell me something I don't know. God. So condescending. No, she's trying to help. Be nice to her. Be careful with the power you've got, lady.
Business is booming.
So you want to buy a secret? Business is booming. Nope. That was more like Valley Girl. Henry's alibi. Is there anything else you can tell me about Henry's movements last night? I didn't ask her about Henry yet, silly game. Silly game. I got nothing more than what Akiko says. Killed the Holy Seal Marshals.
Good work.
This is a juicy one, lady. You buying? Spin 3 of the 23 blood crystals? Yeah, absolutely. Captain Voth was stationed at the penthouse. He and Akiko were in a relationship.
That's weird.
A relationship. Akiko falls in love with her troops. That's why she hurts so much. He has had a string of relationships throughout the islands. You fall in love with your troops and not sexual with them. That's a power dynamic problem right there. Voth is the highest ranking marshal under Akiko. The highest ranking marshals are chosen to guard the council during the birth of a new island. So he was murdered last night? Looks that way, lady. Got any secrets to tell about K-Hax?
Sure.
Why are you asking? He's missing. He designed the second Holy Seal, and that was the key to getting to the council. I haven't heard anything about it. I know he's missing, but nothing has come up. Found a weakness in your secret stuff. Sauce? You think Henry did it? Do you? I'm asking you. I don't have enough details. How did he escape? How did he breach the seals? The answer to every question seems to be a hand wave and he's possessed by a demon. Convenient answers are dangerous. So here's what happened, by the way. I know this part. They intentionally lightened his sedatives, right? So that he was able to escape and they knew where he would go so that they could frame him. And that's why Voth is in hiding and he replaced it with citizens who acted as guards. That's the way that they didn't show up in the database, right? Because they don't care about the citizens, so why would they show up? So he murdered the citizens, and then I don't know how the blood got in his belly. I don't know who did it. Obviously, Akiko and Voth are involved somehow. But did they know, you know, they could have been misled as to what the reasoning was or stuff like that. But that's what I figured out so far, and that's 100% the truth. Take that to the bank. Watch the entire series so you'll know whether or not I'm wrong. Oh, you're just gonna watch the last one like everyone did on that fucking Payne's Creek Killings. That's a good fucking series. You should watch the whole thing. It's a good one. You fuckers that watched that last one. You guys didn't even watch the last one. They watched the bonus episode. Not even the last episode. The bonus episode. Crazy. Convenient answers are dangerous. What secrets do you have? Anyone got a motive for last night? Lady, I've got a lot of secrets to sell. I can give you a lot of different people's motives. I just don't have an opinion about who did it. Who's got motive then? These all come at a price. I'm not handing out candy. Secrets take a lot of work to acquire. But we're buds. We're drinking friends. Come on, give me a freebie. At least, just one. Like, I've got something on the Grand Marshal, the Architect, the Doctor, the Happy Couple, and Witness. Would I notice she was talking about Akiko and Voth without having asked that? Because she references the Happy Couple. Take your pick, but come with me. You're going to make a tidy profit. You got a point. Motive, market for secrets. A mass murder opens the market for people looking to buy secrets. That an accusation?
Who knows?
Not been back long and ready to run your mouth. There's no evidence for it. I didn't do it. All you've done is piss me off. I'm going to be straight up with you, lady. This island is full of snakes and I want you to hear this from me. I hate what the syndicate have done to me. I'm an idol they trot out to rally the citizens. I gloss over the misery with a pretty smile. I haven't got anything against idols, but this isn't for me. Montserrat devolved into paranoia. Sorry to speak ill of the dead. He was tightening his grip on us all. Why did I think Montserrat was a lady?
Thank you.
One of the first things to go on the island is my little emporium. Dictators can't have someone peddling secrets, can they? Is that enough to drive you to kill the entire council? No. I didn't do it, but someone did and they're going to want to shift the blame. That's why I'm being straight with you. So, So I didn't really speak about it like I normally do, but I chose yes to accuse her because you want... I've watched enough detective and read enough detective stuff to know you want to rile people up. That's how you get them to tell the truth. Or to get them to accidentally tell the truth. Or, you know, get new... You can't let them just be like objective, like emotionless things, right? You've got to rile them up or get them emotionally involved. And that's when people fuck up, right? What do you know about the second Holy Seal? One of the secrets I've never been able to get my hands on. Doesn't know anything about Henry, so we're just not even gonna read these. Oh wait, she might know more about the possession. Oh, I have hiccups. Henry's possession worries me. Nothing has surfaced about it. Oh, sorry. It's either as they say, or someone is keeping it a secret. How did he get the knowledge to communicate with the gods? The library in the HQ is full of forbidden grimoires. Grimoires? Grimoires, right? I know how to say that word. Huh. Alright, did you see the doctor? You gotta... I thought she was gonna have me pay, that's why I was skipping it, but she didn't know anything. The architect. I heard she was hanging out with Witness last night. You should ask her. Seems odd. I thought she said she knew stuff about this. Did you see the Grand Marshal last night? I didn't see Akiko last night. Yuri? About that. You know why Witness would want to kill the council.
Business is business.
Let's see your crystal. Just one? Hell yeah. I know Witness was going to despise Montserrat. Montserrat was tightening his grip on us all. Montserrat was giving in to paranoia, you see. Worried about his precious perfect island. History was repeating. The island was shrouded in fear.
I have my ways.
We'd all grown complacent and happy in our freedoms. Montserrat had always been building towards a perfect island and a perfect syndicate. As you know, the syndicate was formed with the goal of resurrecting our gods. 24 islands in, and we weren't doing a good job. I thought it was just to be the perfect place, not to resurrect the gods. Huh. Almost all of the pyramids out in the ocean sit empty. Montserrat didn't care though. He decided that was step 2. Montserrat was obsessed with the island sequences. He drifted that way. Most of the syndicate are self-serving and followed. Why worry about the gods if you can get a nicer apartment? Why wouldn't Witness want to go along with that? You've been gone a while. Montserrat changed, so did Witness. Witness didn't trust Montserrat at all. Has Witness been deceived by a god? Not that I'm aware of. I've never had that suspicion. I think this is just some self-radicalization. He slipped further and further into worship and fear of the astral masters. You don't need to be deceived into being a servant when you've got a healthy dose of the end of time's fear in you. The Witness murders the council to put the fear of the gods into them and refocus the syndicate on our holy mission. I'm not saying that's what happened, but if you want to pin the motive on Witness, it's what I'd go with. Witness believes we're heading for the end of times. How can we have end times if our gods are dead or dormant? Only a handful of gods came to Earth. The rest of them are out there. The gods are self-serving morons. They've never looked out for their own kind.
Weird.
Take it up with Witness. I have no time for religious debates. It's just our main reason for being here is all. Yuri's got some things to say about you. I bet he does. He isn't my biggest fan. He says you want to be a soldier again. Says you want to be in the marshals. How did you two start talking about that? Asking around about motives? And you think that's enough to be my motive, that I'd kill the council just to try and get to be a marshal? Are you denying it? No, it's true. Lady, do you really think that's motive for mass murder? Sounds tenuous to me. I'm glad you said that. I was dreading the snakes getting to you. It's no secret I want out of a life forced on me. I would love to be a soldier again. It has to be done the right way, though, not through mass murder. I buy it. Where were you last night? I was here at my hideout, waiting for Lydia's pickup. I'm always one of the last to leave the islands. Yuri thinks he's funny by making me wait. I left when Judge summoned everyone for the crisis meeting. Any evidence of that? None. That paints you in a bad light. I can only tell you the truth. If I knew a mass murder was going down, I'd have got a way to corroborate my alibi. There weren't any whispers of what was about to happen. Nothing. If Henry didn't do this, whoever did it managed to keep it extremely quiet. Am I taking your word on that?
We're in a dark time.
I'm running a business here. If I had something, I'd sell it to you. Why would Akiko kill the council? Secrets aren't free.
I'm glad to be back.
Good crystals, minimal
I have my
imperfections.
ways.
Akiko is a soldier through and through. She's also their leader. They're the only family she's ever wanted. The marshals aren't syndicate though. They're citizens. A security measure by Montserrat. Okay, that's that earlier theory about them being citizens so they wouldn't be in the database. Wasn't correct, but I still think right except for that part. They don't have our immortality and they don't get moved between islands. That makes them expendable too. Precisely. Akiko has endured a millennia of sadness watching her troops die or get left behind. She wants them in the syndicate. Get them gene therapied up and create a battalion of immortal soldiers. End her heartache. She has motioned the syndicate to try and get her marshals inducted. Been refused every time. She's hurting and she's angry.
What the hell?
What does she get from murdering the council? She wouldn't be promoted to a position where she can change the roles and keep her marshals alive between islands. She'd used the murder to scare the new council. The Untouchables became touched by the hand of death. She can argue for increased militarization on the next island, scapegoated on a citizen and panic the next council into creating martial law with troops inducted into the syndicate. Use loyal troops rather than expendable troops. Precisely. Montserrat was always scared of immortal soldiers having dangerous thoughts and leading a coup. If Akiko did with this, she proves that the threat isn't from the marshals.
The investigator is here.
Got any proof? Sure do. I pulled this from the Moon database. You never know when something like this will come in useful. Thanks. Lady, here's more. Ocean quest for them to become syndicate members. Lady, here's more. I haven't got proof, so I'm not charging you for what I'm about to say. Akiko falls in love with her
Man,
troops.
the
We've already
hell?
heard
Don't be
this.
coy.
Captain Voth.
That's weird.
Highest rank Toya's murdered. Looks that way.
The investigator is here. Got it.
I'm not convinced Voth died last night. Don't tease, lady. That sounds like a secret. Don't secrets have costs? I'll refund you for our earlier transaction. It's a deal. Taking my first steps into the secret trading industry. Pleasure.
The investigator is here.
Dead marshals outside the council building aren't marshals. The blood doesn't
Who
match.
knows?
So where are the real marshals? Working on it. If you want to enter the Viper's Nest, you could try the barracks. If I was a marshal looking to lay low, I'd be in there. They don't let anyone in. I'll see what I can find. Why would Carmelina? Blood crystal. Carmelina isn't allowed on the council. The Silence family were barred from ever being on the council. Yeah, we've already been all this. We know why. They're barred and all that stuff, so I don't think we really even to leadership. Judge made the right call. We just know all this information already, so requested a seat on the council.
Sure.
He went into isolation about 25 years ago. No one knows why. I just didn't think that any of that was relevant. Photo of Akiko. Why does Doom Jazz have a photo of Akiko? Gotta pay, lady. He was in a relationship. He still loves her. It didn't work out. She can't relate to people who aren't soldiers, and he can't keep his dick in his pants. Personal experience. You're one to talk. Why would he kill the council?
Good
Big
work.
one. He knows the original secret. Before the first island, during the Great Betrayal, Montserrat made a mistake that got Doom Jazz's father killed. This was before you joined up with the Syndicate. He was our original military general, a legendary soldier. I'd always heard rumors about him before I joined the Syndicate. There weren't many humans the gods feared, but he was one of them. When the Syndicate fled to the first island, Montserrat made a stupid call to investigate a tomb that was supposed to contain a heavenly
Thank
weapon.
you.
He was wrong. There was nothing there. Doom Jazz's father attempted to hold off the pursuing armies during Montserrat's folly. It was too much. Our pursuers broke through and killed half of the Syndicate before we got away. The incident was struck from history, but some of the existing council members knew about it. Ai's Kiwami likes to talk when he's had a drink, and Doom Jazz was his closest friend. He let the secret slip. Ai's Kiwami had some skeletons in his closet. He got found out. The next island was going to be a bad time for him. Took his own life a few years ago. Wow.
I don't like this.
It's rare for Syndicate members to take their own life. Unheard of for council members. A secret for another time. Montserrat was planning on doing a similar operation that got Doom Jazz's father killed. A suicide mission for Akiko. Doom Jazz found out. So he'd kill the council to protect her. Wouldn't you kill a bureaucrat to save the person you love? What do you know about Lydia and
Thank
Sam?
you.
I know that it will cost you. I know about their
What the
last
hell?
job. What
I
last
have my
job?
ways.
Back in the day, Lydia told you that after she met Sam. Oh yeah, that's like her husband, isn't it? I was wondering who the fuck that was. They left the world of assassination for good, right? It isn't that easy. Once you're in that world, you're bound to it until you fulfill all
Don't
of
be
your duties.
coy.
An assassin is the most effective tool in the world. All tools have owners. In order to leave their old life behind, Lydia's former master had her do one last
Secrets
job.
are dangerous.
She had to destabilize a government in Europe. Several dead officials allowed for a regime change. Why didn't she tell me this? We've been friends for millennia. She's ashamed. They vowed to end the killing. Sam helped her do the job. They were in it together. It's not as romantic as the story they told everyone, is it? Always be suspicious of romantic stories, lady. Life doesn't work like that. Is this what the council murder is? A regime
Thank you.
change? Who can say? Was it revenge? A crime of passion? A regime change? You've got some investigating to do. Starlight upgrades. How can I help? Upgrades. Does she have any? You've come to the right place. She can give me upgrades. I can do it for 10 blood crystals. Sure. I'll take it. Nice doing business with you. You'll need to install this manually. Need more
I have my
upgrades? You'll have
way.
to look elsewhere. You should try buying a drink if you haven't. We need the upgrades. Like, I don't know. All this is all really useful stuff. There's no reason for me not to pay for it. I can always go look for more. You don't use it. A knowledge tablet for Starlight. Please manually install. These symbols were carved on an altar on a frigid asteroid in the wake of destroyed Eden. Allow Starlight to process cosmoglyphs. Still. You find yourself on an island full of criminals, lady. Are you one of them? A criminal plotting the downfall of paradise? Not for the crime you're investigating. What does that mean? All shops need stock. My trade is secrets. I don't have a wholesale supplier I can get deliveries from. I'm not complaining. Illegal is always speedier, especially when it comes to secrets. Supply and demand. The islands have changed. We're the Syndicate, the ruling elite. It is easy for everyone in that tower to think that crime is something everyone does but them. I'm just keeping a record,
The investigator is here.
which you
Good
sell.
work.
You're the one buying. So long, farewell, eat my butt. I don't know what role the whole relationship thing plays in this game yet. It doesn't seem like so far we've had no reason to, like, we'll find out more evidence and go back to people, obviously, but it doesn't seem like, must be above me. It doesn't seem like it's gonna play much role in getting them to say stuff, because it never does like a relationship check on anything I've talked to anyone about so far. So I'm wondering if increasing my relationship with them is will play a role in like in-game. Like maybe if too many people don't like me, something bad will happen, or they won't believe me, or something like that. I don't know. It's interesting to think about, though. I'll end here. My voice is done for the day. Although, like, you know, hers wasn't especially hard. It's just I read for 35 minutes straight. We haven't even like, wasn't even like idle chatter as we ran around. Besides the very beginning. So I'm gonna end here. We learned a lot, but we'll have a look at it next time. Bye, everyone.